Hi, this is Nemla Rednam. In this video, we are going to start the topic factorization, which is the 12th chapter from NCERT textbook class 8. In this chapter, we are going to learn how to factorize a given algebraic expression. So let us start with what we are already familiar with, that is factorization of numbers. So what do we do when we are asked to factorize a given number? We are going to, for example, I have a number 42, right? We are going to start from the least prime number, which is a factor of 42, and then we are going to proceed, right? So 2 into 21 is 42, and then I have 3 into 7 is 21. So here I have 42 is equal to 2 into 3 into 7. This is nothing but my factorization of the number 42. Suppose you have another number, let's say, where I want a factor to repeat. If you have 36, then we are going to have 2 into 18 and 2 into 9, 3 into 3. So 36 is nothing but 2 square into 3 square. This is my prime factorization. Although 36 can be written as a product of factors in many forms, when we say prime factorization, it is unique, right? When we are talking about prime factorization, it is unique. Into 12, 4 into 9, 6 into 6, and then it's going to repeat from here. So if you were asked to list down all the factors, this is what we are going to do. Start from 1 and write all the prime factors and then the complementary part of it, which will give you a product of the given number. And then we are going to stop the process once we reach, we will see that there is the product A into B is going to repeat itself simply as B into A. Right, and then we are going to list the factors as 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. This is to list down the factors. And factorization or prime factorization is can be done by factorizing it in this manner and writing the given number as a product of prime factors. Now this is going to be unique. There is only one way of writing a given number as a product of prime factors. Now this is in numbers. Now what do we mean by prime factorization when it comes to algebraic expression? We already know that an algebraic expression is a combination of terms. Each term is made up of numerical and variable part, right? So for example, I have 2x minus 3xy, right? Now this is nothing but an algebraic expression in two variables x and y. Now if they ask us to factorize this, how are you going to do it? I want to write it as factorization is simply writing the given expression as product of factors. You need to remember this, that your final answer has to be in the format of product of factors. So here I have an algebraic expression 2x minus 3xy, right? So what you need to do is write each term, that is 2x and 3xy, in its factorized form. So here it is nothing but 2 into x, and here also it is 3 into x into y. So these are the two factors. 2 and x are the factors for the 2x, and 3 comma x comma y are the factors of the term 3xy. Now what we are going to do is check whether there is any common factor. If there is a common factor, you are going to write it outside the bracket, and then 2 is left here. I have a minus sign, right? And then I have 3y over here. Now you can see that this is a product. Here you have a multiplication of factors. One factor is x, the other factor is 2 minus 3y. So what are the factors here? One is x, the other is 2 minus 3y. Now you have to check whether you can further factorize this. X is, it is a linear term with single variable, and clearly I cannot factorize this further. you have to confirm that the other expression that you have over here, 2 minus 3y, also cannot be factorized further. And because it cannot be factorized further, you will say that this is the factorization. This is your factorization of the given algebraic expression. So this is what we will be doing in this chapter in the 3 exercises, where we will learn as we come across the sums how to factorize, how to try and understand which method to use in order to factorize the given algebraic expression. So let's start the first exercise. Here I have listed down all the sums. There are 8 sums in the first exercise. So now they're asking us to find the common factors. In order to find the common factors between the terms that they have given, first I need to know the factors of each term, right? So let us take 12x. Here you know that 12 is nothing but 4 into 3, which is 2 into 3 into x, right? Now what is 36? 36 is nothing but 6 square. We just did it, 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Now they're asking us common factors. So what is common over here? You can see that we have 1, 2 is common. I have 1, 2 is common. Another 2 is also common. And 1, 3 is common. That's it. So the common factor is nothing but 2 into 2 into 3, that is 12. So that is my common factor, right? And next I have 2y, which is nothing but 2 into y, 22xy, which is nothing but 22 is 2 into 11 into x into y. Now what is common here? 2 is common and y is common. So what is the common factor? 2y is the common factor, right? So that is how you're going to solve these sums. 14pq is 2 into 7 into p into q, and 28p square q square. 28 is 7 fours 28, so I have 2 into 2 into 7 into p into p into q into q. So you can quickly check what are the common factors. 2 is common, 1 7 is common, 1 p is common, and 1 q is common, right? So I have 7 2's 14, pq is the common factor in this case, right? So that is my answer. Next, here I have 3 terms. 2x is simply 2 into x. 3x square is simply 3 into x, and 4 is 2 into 2. Is there anything common between all these terms? You have to check. You can clearly see that there is nothing common because there is no 2 in 3x square. There is no x in 4. So there is nothing common. That means the only common factor is 1. Next I have 6abc is 2 into 3 into a into b into c, right? 24ab square is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into a into b into b, right? Next I have 12a square b, which is nothing but 2 into 2 into 3 into a into b. Now what are the common factors? Clearly 1 2 is common, right? And I have 1 3 common, and I have a common, and I have 1 b common, correct? So I have 2 into 3 6, 6a b is the common factor, right? Next again I have 3 terms. 16x cube is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into x into x into x. Minus 4x square is minus 1 into 2 into 2 into x into x. 32x is 2 into 2 into 2 into 6. I have 5 2's into x, right? Now what are the common factors here? I have 1, 2, another 2, 1x over here, and I think that's it, right? So I have 2 into 2 into x, which is 4x. So 4x is the common factor. Next, 10pq is equal to 2 into 5 into p into q. 20qr is equal to 2 into 2 into 5 into q into r. 30rp is equal to 2 into 3 into 5 into r into p. So what is common? 1, 2 is clearly common, and I can see that there is a 5 in all the three terms. There is no p in all the three terms, and there is no q in all the three terms. Similarly, there is no r also in all the three terms. That means only 2 into 5, 10 is the common factor. Next, I have 3x square y cube is equal to 3 into x into x into y into y into y. 10x cube y square is equal to 2 into 5 into x into x into x into y into y. X square y square z is equal to x into x into y into z. So there is no numerical which is common, and x, if you can see, there are 2x in all of them. So I think x square is going to be one of the common factors. And then you can see that y square is also common. 2 y's over here, 2 y's over here, and 2 y's. So you can see that clearly, you can see that x square y square is the common factor, right? So that is the first question. Let's look at the second question now. Factorize the following expressions. Now you can see that earlier we had separate terms and we found out the common factor. Now having practiced that, here what we'll be doing is we are going to take the common factor out. So here 7 and 42, clearly 7 is, you can see that 7 is, you can take 7 outside the bracket, right? So I'm going to write 7 outside the bracket, and out of 7x I'm going to have x left, minus sign as it is, and I have 6 over here, right? So 7 times x minus 6 is my factorization, right? Here you can see that it's product of factors, that's it. Now here again I have two terms, 6p and 12q. 6 is common, so bring that outside. I have p left, minus as it is, and 2q. So this is my factorization. In the third question, I have two terms, and you can see that 7 is common, and 1a I'm going to put outside the bracket. So I have one more a here left, plus sign, and then 2, right? And you can quickly do a double check by getting back the algebraic expression by opening the bracket. Now here you can either take minus common or leave it inside the bracket. Okay, now I have 4 is common factor of 16 and 20, and I have 1z, right? So I'll write this positive term, it's also a higher degree and it's also positive. Let me write that first. 5z square minus 4, correct? So now here I have 4z into 5z square minus 4, okay? Now because this is not linear actually, so you will have to check that you cannot factorize it any further using rational coefficients. If you are allowed to use irrational coefficients, we will be able to factorize this further. And next I have, again I have two terms, and 10 is common, and one L is common, one M is common. I have 2L left inside, and I have 3A left inside. So tell LM into 2L plus 3A is my answer. Next I have 5 common between 5 and 15. X square x is common, y square y is common. So what is left in the first term? 1x is left, minus sign as it is, 3y. So this is my factorization, 5xy into x minus 3y. Next I have 10, 15, 20, 5 is common for all these three numbers, coefficients, and there is no a in the next two terms, there is no b in the other two terms, and there is no c in the first two terms. So that's it, only 5 is common, nothing else is common. So I have 2a square minus 3b square and plus 4c square. So that is my factorization. I cannot factorize this any further, right? Next I have 4 is common and clearly 1a is common. So bring that outside the bracket. I have minus a plus b minus c. So 4a into minus a plus b minus c is the factorization. Next I have three terms. All of them have x, y, z. So clearly x, y, z is common. So here when I take out x, y, z, I have another x left. And here I have one y left. And here I have one z left. Right? Z square means z into z. So my factorization is x, y, z into x plus y plus z. Next I have a is not there in the second two, next two terms. So a is not common. X, you can see that one x is available in all the three terms. One y is also available in all the three terms. So take x, y common. I have a x left here and I have b y left here and I have c z left here. So the factorization is xy into ax plus by plus cz. So that is your second question from the exercise. In the third question, they have given us again factorization. However, here you have four terms. We haven't discussed how to factorize when you have four terms. Up till now, what we have done is we have looked for common factors in all the terms cumulatively. Whether it is two terms or three terms, we try to, like in the first sum, we try to look at all the factors of each of those terms and picked out the common factors. Now here you will see that if you try that method, you can clearly see that x square has x into x, right? But 8y has no x, right? And then again xy has one x and one y, right? And there is no y in x square or your 8x. That means that you can clearly see that these four terms do not have anything other than 1 in common when you look at this expression as a whole. When you look at it as a whole, you will see that there is no common factor that you can pick it out and then you write the rest of the terms inside the bracket. So does that mean we cannot factorize this? No, it's not the case. Okay. What we need to do is try to pair them. Okay. And sometimes you might have to regroup it before you try to pair them. Because in one particular arrangement, it might seem that pairing is also not helping you. But maybe if you rearrange, you will be able to, it might help you in factorizing it further. So if I pair it, you will see that x square and xy have something in common, that is x, right? So take out x, you have x plus y, correct? And you will see that here 8 is common, x plus y. Now this is not product of factors, right? So this is not factorization, but this is an intermediate step. We will be arriving at product of factors if we do it this way. So usually when you have even number of terms like 4 terms and so on, it is going to, most of the times, it is going to help you in arriving at the factorized format if you try to pair them up and try to pick out the common factors. Now here, what is this? This is not product of factors, but you have two terms here. One term is x into x plus y and the other is 8 into x plus y. Now in these two terms, do you have any common factor? You will immediately notice that yes, I have x plus y common in these two terms. So if I take x plus y outside the bracket, then I have this, and this is nothing but factorization, right? You have product of two factors. The factors are x plus y and x plus 8. So that is how you're going to do the factorization. So, and by now we must have realized that there's no set method or set procedure to find the to do factorization of a given algebraic expression. A lot of practice will make it, it'll make it easier for you to understand when to apply which method. But when you have 4 terms, usually grouping them, it's like trial and error. You have to try, group it and try. Maybe you will get an answer, maybe not. So for example, let's look at the second sum. If I group it like this, correct? Then what do I have common here? 15 and 6 have 3 common. So first let us understand. I'm going to take 3 outside and then I'm going to take x also outside. What do I have inside the bracket? 5y and minus 2, correct? And here 5y and 2 have nothing in common. So 1 is your common factor and 5y minus 2. So clearly you can see that this is going to help me in factorizing. I have 5y minus 2 into 3x plus 1. This is my factorization. Correct? So that is how we'll be solving sums. Here also let us take 2 at a time. Pairing. I have x common. I have a plus b. Here I have y common and minus also I'm going to take outside. If I take minus sign outside, inside the bracket I'm left with a plus b. Now again you can see that a plus b is common here and x minus y. So this is nothing but our factorization for the third sum. Next question. Again I'm going to group it like this, right? Let us see. Let us see if we are able to factorize it in this method. I have 15 common. I'm going to get pq plus 1, right? And then I have here 9q and 25p. You will see that there's nothing common between 9q and 25p. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are stuck here. Okay, so this grouping is not helping us. What we will try to do is try to rearrange the terms. Okay, let us see. Take 9q. Let us shuffle 9q and 15 and see. It might work, might not work. We are going to have to check it and see. Here 3 is common and q is common, right? For these two terms. So when I take 3q outside, I have 5p and plus 3, correct? And here I have 5 common. So if I take 5 outside, I have 3 here and I have 5p here. So 3 plus 5p is the same as 5p plus 3. So this is a common factor and we have just realized that this reshuffling or shuffling or regrouping has really helped us in arriving at the answer. Earlier we were stuck and now we got the answer 5p plus 3 into 3q plus 5. Correct? So next again let us check this. Let me take it as it is and see. If it doesn't work, then we are going to regroup it. There's nothing common, so I'm going to take 1 as a common factor. Here I have xy common and I have 7 minus z. So you can see that z minus 7, 7 minus z are essentially, there's only a change in the sign. So I'm going to bring minus outside and write it as z minus 7. Now I can write it as z minus 7 into 1 minus xy. So that's my factorization for this sum. So with this we finish our first exercise in factorization, and in the next video we will be discussing the second exercise.